Welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Foreman, and this is the LayZBoy. We're going to take a break right now, so just hang out for a little bit. We'll be right back with you. Today we're going to talk about the lost LayZBoy. I have one of these boards on my own quiver. It's a 6.0. Just to give you like kind of height and weight range, I'm 6'2", about 215 pounds, and surfing the 6.0. I've also surfed the 6'1" and the 6'2". Those also work really well for me. Sizing wise on this board, they do pack a lot of foam per their length, so you want to be careful about not sizing it too big. If there's any mistakes that we've seen in this board so far to date, we've had it for about 9 months here in the shop, is that people are oversizing it a little bit too much. So they're ordering a 6'8" or they're ordering a 6'6" when they could be on a 6'4" or 6'2". So pay attention to how much volume is in each size, and then also listen to the recommendations that people are recommending for your height, your weight, and your ability level. But talking a little bit about the performance of this board, it's got an elliptical outline, a flatter continuous rocker throughout. In the back, goes to like a rounded kind of diamond squash in the back, and then also 5 fins in there as well. Flat through the midsection, going to a little shallow double concave through the tail. All these things make for a board that's got a really long sweet spot in this board, meaning you could stand anywhere from here all the way to here on the board, and it will go fast and turn from any of those areas. So whether you stand up and your feet aren't in the exact right place because you're having an off day, or you like to be able to move around on the board, meaning go to the tail and snap a hard turn, or trim forward and still be gliding at the top of the wave and trimming for speed, the board's going to turn from any of those places and also react from any of those places. Comparing it to a board like the Lost V2 Stub or the Lost Bottom Feeder, those are more lock and load and go boards where you get up and you stand in a certain position and you do all your maneuvers from that one spot. This board likes to be ridden from anywhere on the board, and the more that you get to ride it and the more you'll be able to move around on the board while you're surfing it, you'll find different attributes you really like about the board in each of those spots. The LayZBoy is part of Lost Domesticated series, which was released this year. It's the LayZBoy, the Couch Potato, and the V2 Stub. And all of these boards were primarily focused around reality. So rather than high performance heaven, like where people like kind of only surf in their head, it was people that are married, people that have jobs, people that have kids, people that have mortgage payments, car payments, and the amount of time that you're surfing is going less and less, but you still want to be able to have the maximum amount of fun in a limited amount of time. The LayZBoy is the all-arounder in that range. Works from knee-high all the way up to overhead surf, as long as it's not too hollow. If you're looking for a board in that range with that big sweet spot, but specifically focused on small waves, then you should be checking out the Couch Potato. But if you're looking for a board with a maximum range and that big long sweet spot, this is the board you want to check out for sure. I've been surfing mine for about 3 months, surfed it 3 times yesterday, and just a great board. It really likes to get the whole speed, power, and flow throughout the entire length of the wave. So it's not going to be the snappiest off the top or off the bottom compared to a more performance shortboard, but it is going to have really easy entry into the wave, great paddling, great glide in flat spots. If you have like a flat spot in the wave, it's going to be able to get across that much easier than a board that's lower in volume without as much built-in glide. So who's this board for? I would say it's for anybody that wants to maximize their time on the water. I mean, that's pretty much any board out there, but specifically with this board, it's very, very easy to surf well. You could surf it from the back of the board, the center of the board, the nose of the board. The thing's so easy to surf, you could probably surf it from the bottom of the board backwards if you tried. And what that means to you is if you're having a good day, it's going to surf well. If you're having a bad day, it's going to surf well. Backside's going to surf well. Front side, inside shore break, outside reforms. It kind of works in anything. But what has to give is if it's in really hollow surf or if it's in more challenging conditions, the rocker's going to feel a little bit flat and won't feel as snappy as a performance shortboard. One way to tweak that out is to add that 5th fin. It comes with a little finger fin that you can put in the center in between the controllers on the rails, and that gives the board a lot more control in challenging conditions and really just sucks the board down to the water and keeps it from bouncing when you're going through high-speed turns. So check that out as well. We thought originally it was a gimmick, but it does actually work really well. So Going to the name, the LayZBoy, a lot of people just don't want to be labeled a LayZBoy, and that's, I think, probably the thing that trips people out the most is that, hey, I don't want to be, thought of as lazy. But if you're thinking about who this board is for, they probably should have named it either the Lost Hungry Man or the Lost Fun Thief, because that's who is actually riding these boards. Is they want to have the most fun when they're on the water. So after yesterday's sessions, I could definitely tell you what it's about. Lost LayZBoy.